Hello there, I'm Bob Ross, and today we're going to be exploring more features on the joy of Kid Pix. Let's open up our program first. Now, here what we have. Here what we have coming towards us is the
sequence start.
The
10,
magical little theme
9,
song. We're gonna
7, 6,
sing
5,
along.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition.
4, 3, 2, 1. Kid Pix, come on, let's play with Kid Pix. Wow. Keep it up, draw it up, move it up, loud ears, move around, add the sound, add that funky sound. Kid Pix, come on, let's play with Kid Pix. Now grab that monkey brush, Kid Pix. Now, one thing I don't understand. What does that the girl say? She's just like that. Mimi, my favorite. Say that. I don't know. That was, but whatever. It's all fine and dandy. That's what I say. Anyways, we're gonna just log right in, and now you'll remember the last time I showed you the joy of painting on Kid Pix. Engaging in a little bit of digital art. Well, today we're gonna do something. We're gonna do something a little bit different, because you see, last time I showed you the brush tool, and I showed you the drawing tools, and I say that sometimes it's the best way to create art is just to go free form, just let your imagination free you. But I think that if I'm showing you the full capacity of Kid Pix, I ought to show you some of the other elements that one could choose. So what we're gonna do, instead of starting with a nice just a full color across the canvas, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go under background. So we're gonna see what kind of magical things we got. Let's take a look at some of the things we have here. Let's take a look at what this is. Now, it's a castle, and apparently a medieval village of some sort. Let's see what we got here. Got a thing in the desert. Dungeon. I don't like that one. Easter Island. That seems interesting. It's a hobbit house. I do like Lord of the Rings. Let's see what all the things we got. Graveyard. Oh, that could be interesting. Laboratory. Magical forest. Well, I do like that one. But let's take a look at. We got a pirate ship. We got a robot lab. Sea yarn. Solar system. Well, by golly, that's God's creation. We're marveling at. I think we're gonna go back. We're gonna go with this happy little magical forest. Anyways, so we got our background. Let's go under stickers. So there's these stickers. These stickers are just gonna stay still. But what's the magic of Kid Pix is there's also animated stickers. So let's go with that. Let's see, what kind of characters do we want? Let's have a happy little flamingo somewhere around here. I'm gonna put them right there. Isn't that very nice? We're gonna have some bats. We're gonna have some flying bats, because some people find some of God's creations, like the bats, to be very frightening, but I'd say that all God's creations deserve love. And isn't that lovely? Remember, we don't make mistakes. We make happy little accidents. And here, what do we have here? It's a magic horse. Well, I do love magic. What's really magic is all the wonderful critters that you can create, you can portray using the magic of Kid Pix. Well, hell yeah, we're gonna have a happy little frog somewhere in here. what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this guy he's gonna be very prominent on the screen. We're gonna have a happy little bee right over here. We're gonna have a happy little bee. We're gonna have a nice little leaf somewhere in here. Yeah, we're gonna make that a little smaller so that it makes more sense in the context of the. I'm gonna put it just in the background. That's gonna be our little secret right there. It's that little. Let's make it a little bit more secretive, right in the background there. Yeah, let's see what our creation is looking like so far. I'm gonna press this play button right here. The play button lets you preview what your creation's looking like. What you see is we have a visual masterpiece here when we got a lot of things going on and they're all moving. And it didn't even take that much effort to do. But we're going to continue working on this creation. And we're going to try some of these stamps. Actually, fuck it. We're not going to try some of these stamps because they look like dog shit. You know, they just don't look very good. But what I am curious about is this tool. How this tool could improve the scene. I like that. Let's see what this does. I like that too. I like that too. We're gonna keep on messing with it. I don't know what the fuck that did, but we're gonna keep it. What the hell? This is experimental. We can do whatever we want. We can make all sorts of magic happen. You see, sometimes it's important when you're playing with digital art to create. Okay, I don't like that one. We're gonna use the undo button on that.
No way.
No way. I agree. What we're gonna do is we're gonna try this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna choose a nice. I'm gonna put this somewhere in here. And what you see here is now we've made this a little bit more visually interesting. Let me see what some other things could do. We could put that in there. Makes it a little more interesting. What about that? Hell yeah. You know, that kind of almost looks like the genderqueer flag, and I approve of that. I think that the genderqueer people are swell, and they deserve, the respect that we'd give to any other human beings. I don't know if that's how similar that is to the. Anyways, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna have a nice little iguana just be like right up there. We're gonna make sure that's. Yeah, let me see if I can. Can we make that go a little bit backward? I just kind of want it to be behind everything. I don't know. I think this maybe I'm asking a little too much of this program. And we're gonna put a happy little eagle right there. We're gonna put the lizard over there. You know what? Now what do we need is sounds. We need sounds. Well, I do like a little bit of classical music. We're going with Baroque. Let me see what we got here. Country. Well, no, we're not going with country today. Not today. Maybe another time. Acid jazz. Is that really appropriate for children? I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's a cultural gap for me. But isn't acid jazz referring to jazz that you enjoy when you're on acid? That's what I thought. That's what I thought it meant. Going that, or we're gonna go with acid jazz. I know my audience. I know y'all are mostly stoners. No, I think we got it. We got something good. Actually, I'm curious what other ones we got. Let's see. Cruising. What does that mean? Like gay men trying to find sexual partners? I mean, Bob Ross ain't judging anybody, whatever makes you happy, but I'm just curious. I don't know if this is really, cruising. I don't know. Is there another, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm a little confused. I don't know. Smoking. Well, people should not. Kids, you shouldn't smoke. Smoking is bad for you. They got some good fucking selections for music here, if I do say so myself. Well, let me just play it. We're going with this one. I think this one's a fine little tune. Reminds me of the olden days. Are we able to fix these? Okay, here we are. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make these a little bit more reasonably sized so that they're just little happy little accidents on the screen, as opposed to just monstrosities that are taking up all the space. What we're gonna do is we're gonna adjust the size of this lizard. Make the little lizard be right the way we want it. And we've made a fucking pretentious abstract piece, apparently. I don't care for it all, but you know what? Sometimes you need to embrace the happy little accidents, and that's what I'm doing today. I'm just embracing this happy little accident that I've created. There's a lot of things going on. Maybe someone could appreciate this. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna save this. We're gonna save this because, even though I'm a little bit ambivalent about the result of that one, I think there was some worthy effort put in there. So we're gonna, there's no harm in saving a project, even if you're not sure about its worth. So what I'm gonna say is I'm gonna call this 3D animated experiment. I'm gonna call it that. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that happy little accident. And now let me show you something. I'm gonna show you a little feature. Now, we have a little video right here. And you're thinking, well, gee, I want to post that on YouTube. How am I gonna do it? Well, let me show you how. What we're gonna do is we're gonna save this. We're gonna save it as a QuickTime movie. That's what you want to do. We're probably not gonna do that. We don't want it. We don't have those fancy 3D glasses, so we're just gonna save this as it is. 3D animated experiment.mov. We saved it. We're gonna let Kid Pix just finish exporting that. It'll take a little while because it's a movie. It'll take a little longer, but it won't take too long. And here we are. Now look at this little movie just popped up right here. We get to take a little look at it. I know that some people, different people. The point is, I think what we've learned here is that different people have different styles of creation. And well, old Bob Ross is new to this new kind of style with with all these different effects, in the 3D dimensional characters. And well, I think that I personally prefer to just stick with the brush and the brush tool and the drawing tool. All these different tools. I like this because it imitates the experience of painting on a canvas. And well, Bob Ross is all about that, but different people enjoy different things. And I think it's, you don't want to close yourself off to different forms of art just because they're a little different, or because they don't, there's something that, doesn't immediately, you don't immediately understand. You gotta have a holistic view when it comes to art. But anyways, let's say right now I'm feeling deeply ashamed of this happy little accident, For some reason, I try to have positivity and embrace, what I've created, but I'm feeling very frustrated with myself. I'm feeling very uninspired as an artist. Well, we got this nice little tool right here. Let's click it and see what happens. And you see it just washes away all our troubles. It's much more satisfying, I must say, when it's a bomb and it totally destroys your creation and you see an explosion. That's what it used to be in Kid Pix Deluxe 3, but now we have Kid Pix 3D. And, well, hell, there's plenty of people that complain about political correctness, and I find myself, inclined to be a little disappointed that they changed that feature. Because, well, hell, I think it's very satisfying to use a bomb to destroy your creation when it's something that's frustrating you, when you don't feel so great about it. Giving yourself that power to act violently against your art. Well, hell, I think that, I think sometimes that we all feel that way. But at the same time, I understand where people are coming from. Maybe it ain't so child friendly to have a bomb in a program for children as young as 3 years old, but I don't know. I've seen Kid Pix. And there's some lovely little features. I'm sure now, in all fairness, I'm new to this. I'm new to the stickers, the animations, and the backgrounds. I'm sure that if I gave it a chance, I could, well, hell, I could find some way to really embrace it. I'm sure, but that Bob Ross is new to this, so you gotta give me some little bit of slack here. But we'll see. Maybe I'll try it again. But until then, what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna paint a real nice quick picture. We're gonna do something real quick. We're gonna do it the traditional way. We're gonna find a nice. We're gonna go with a nice titanium yellow. And here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use some of the brush tools, and we're gonna create something nice. We're gonna use this nice titanium red. And what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna fuck that. That's yikes. Yikes! I agree. That was definitely a yikes. Now this is much better. What we're gonna do is we're gonna create a nice red. Well, what we're going for is a nice kind of sunset illusion, That's what we gotta do is we gotta just. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna. Don't worry, we're just beginning right now. So what we gotta do is we're just gonna create this nice little background, and we're gonna... Now remember, this is your own world. You can create whatever you want. And let me just demonstrate. This is... I don't want to sound like I'm out of touch or anything, but this is why I like just using your own paints. Because, this is coming from my pure imagination, it's not... I'm not using any presets, I'm just going with what my heart is telling me to draw. And I feel like, I don't know, I don't want to come off as harsh or anything, but, I feel like with all this business of, with all this business of using... With all this business of using stickers and preset backgrounds, I think that gets in the way of you talking to God. It takes the way of you, gets in the way of you expressing God's own. We're gonna undo that.
Yikes!
Well, again, I agree with you. Yikes! That was a little. We're gonna use that a little bit later.
No.
But anyways, we're gonna find the right brush. I think this is the right one. This is the right brush. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna just paint this happy little sun. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna save this creation so far because I think it ought to be saved. I'm gonna call this one Happy Little Burning Sun. You will all die. And that's what we're gonna call this creation. Right now, I think what we need to do is we need to create the silhouette of some happy little trees. I'm gonna go with like a very dark purple. A deep dark purple. I think that'll do. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna draw a happy little silhouette of a tree. We're gonna start with some basic shapes. Don't worry. May not look like much now, but we're gonna make it into something gorgeous. And here we are. You see there it's a happy little silhouette of a happy little tree. Oh, that's an undo.
Whoops.
Yeah, I agree. That was a whoops. It was a whoopsie doodles. A whoopsie doodle dandy. We goofed up right there. There we are. We have a happy little tree. And I'm so satisfied with that happy little tree that I'm gonna save it right there. And what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna draw a happy little bush to give that happy little tree company. It's gonna be a little different color. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little variety. We're gonna make it this happy little bush. We're gonna just make this bush. We'll make a nice curves around. And what we're gonna do here is, since I'm too lazy to continue drawing like that, we're gonna go like this. We're gonna use that, but we're gonna correct it. I'm gonna just fix that up a little bit. There we are. And that's sometimes what happens when we're working with quick fixes. Sometimes you need to fix them up a little bit after the fact. But again, as I said before, we don't make mistakes. We make happy little accidents. Right now, we're gonna save that again. Happy little burning sun, you will all die. I think it's a social commentary piece. And there's nothing wrong with, some people believe you shouldn't get political in your art, but I say that's a bunch of poppycock. I think of course you're gonna get a little political in your art. It's only natural. Let's try seeing what this looks like. And that's a happy little cloud, and we're gonna draw another happy little cloud. There we are. We created another happy little cloud. And that's our happy little creation. It's very simple, but I think sometimes in the simplicity, that's where we see God. Anyways, I'm going to save that. We're going to use that export tool again. We're going to use the export tool. And this time we're going to save this as a happy little JPEG file in the same folder. We'll call it a JPEG. And here's what we're going to do also. We're going to export that again. We're going to include some stereogram. And we're going to see how that looks. We're going to get a little experimental. I'm going to save that. What we're going to do again is, since we've already saved it, we're going to see what happens, but that all gets washed away. Again, not as satisfying as the explosion. But anyways, we're going to leave Kid Pix for now. And we're going to quit. And what we're going to do is we're going to just check this out. So we have our happy little drawing. And this is apparently what it looks like in 3D. I don't know, I don't have 3D glasses, but I'm sure if I did, that would look mighty fine. But as for now, I'd like this drawing much better. Now I just wanted, well, here's, the folks in the comments can determine this. Okay, let's take a nice look at this. Which is better? Do you like this visual masterpiece? It's called Happy Little Burning Sun, You Will All Die. Or do you like this monstrosity? Which one do you like better? Just write in the comments which one you prefer. I personally prefer the more traditional art, but that's my preference, and I recognize that all you special little snowflakes out there have your own opinions on the matter. Right now I'm just going to show you one more little feature. Since we've had a few little creations in Kid Pix, I'm going to show you a feature. It's called the slideshow button. It lets you compile all your work into one little
Sequence start.
one little display
10,
of all your
9,
efforts
8,
in Kid Pix.
7.
Run it up, move it up. There it is, move around. That sound, that funky sound. What I'm going to show you is this feature right here. It's like the slideshow thing. What we're going to do is we're going to find a happy little file to put right in there. We're going to start with happy little clouds, because that was our first little creation. We're going to put that right there. We're going to do another happy little, we're going to do the 3D experiment. We're gonna load that. We're gonna finally go with this last one. I really wish this wouldn't keep on showing up because that's not something that I'm interested in using. But that is the next slide, and we're gonna put this in. We're gonna give this a nice little preview. Let's edit these transitions. I like that. I think it seems appropriate. Let's, No, that's a bunch of hogwash. I like that. Could go with that. Let's check out some other ones. I think I'm gonna go with a heart. I'm going with the fanfare though. Well, I don't like that at all. That seems very negative to me. I'm gonna try this one. That looks like a bunch of hogwash. I might go with the windmill effect. I think that looks pretty good, but we're gonna use a different song. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just preview this little slideshow. And that's our happy first little picture that we drew in Kid Pix. And then here's the monstrosity we created earlier today. But then we were redeemed with a lovely art piece that took a lot of care in its creation. So what we're going to do is we're going to save that. Slideshow 1, we're going to just go with that name because it's a nice little name and it tells us exactly what it is. It's time to go, but thank you for joining me, Bob Ross, on The Joy of Kid Pix, Episode 2. Goodbye, and God bless you all.